Our plan to drive over the Paso San Francisco within a week had to be cancelled. After our trip to the Balcón del Pissis, several bad weather fronts rolled in with lots of rain and even snow. The pass is closed for a few days, and so we sit out the bad weather for another 17 days.
We decided to spend another day at the Refugio #1, and rain was forecasted for the afternoon, and we actually now have a little bit of hail. I'm just having a really nice relaxing day, and our neighbors went out in their little Fiat bubble car, but they just got back in time before the storm set in. It's supposed to rain all afternoon, which is good for us. We just enjoy the free Wi-Fi here and plan ahead. Helen has been very busy to find out when the actual border opens on the Paso San Francisco. And from last night on we have the information it's open from Mondays to Fridays, all January and February, which is really good for us.
Well, it might be open at the weekends as well, but we can't really find that out. It's different information depending on which government website you visit.
Yeah,
and
it's very hard to find
terrible.
out. We have rain on and off. Right now it's blue sky, but the next rain cloud is looming. We're just enjoying a relaxing day.
We had very good weather during our first week on the Paso San Francisco, but the weather forecast for next week is looking rather bad. The temperature's dropped a lot since yesterday, thank God, and huge clouds are building up very fast. It's windy too. Kirsten's time-lapse videos are fascinating to watch though. From Refugio 1, it's 54 kilometres downhill to Fiambalá, the only place where we can do some food shopping and fill up with diesel. On the way back, the next storm front is rolling in, and the fabulous rock formations are glowing in the sunlight in front of the black clouds behind them. It's always a pleasure to see this amazing landscape. Unfortunately, you'd have to cross the river on foot to get to those unusual rock formations, something we don't really fancy because a lot of rain came down lately and the river is quite high. Kirsten would have loved to fly the drone, but it's too windy, and in case the drone crashes, there's no way to recover it, so better safe than sorry.
We just got back in time to our spot here. All hell is breaking loose in the distance there with thunder and lightning.
In the mornings, the weather is usually really good, but that changes fast in the early afternoon, and so we stay put.
A little spring with really clean water here. We're not sure if we should drink it. Our camping neighbors do, but we will definitely use it for washing up and washing ourselves. It comes straight out of the rock from underneath the road. Takes a while to fill it up, but then it goes all the way down here. Good water for animals and stuff like this.
We are definitely not going to drink it. It's got too much stuff in there.
Yeah, it was down there where the sediments were, but here it comes.
Yeah, but here we've got.
I don't see anything.
We do have flies though, or fleas, or something.
Yeah, but they're gone now. I just checked this out.
So we've got a few in the motorhome already from the last water I took up. But yeah, we can wash our hair.
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
A sponge bath. Here's my water carrying donkey. Ta-da! We changed to Refugio #2. Just a get a bit of different scenery here. It's a little high as well, 3,100 meters. And we have a clear view on the mountains now, and there's actually snow on the top. That must have been from last night because it was a lot colder than the days before. It does look stormy again. Like the other day when we drove down here, it was right over there with thunder and lightning. So we're not quite sure if we did the right thing to come up here in the open plain, because we do have a storm now with lightning. After a sunny morning, the clouds are coming in really, really fast. And over there, it's already raining. There's dark skies all around us. But we're going for a quick walk. We still have a bit of blue sky above us, but it's supposed to rain in a few minutes.
The other reason to move to Refugio 2 is the nightly sky. A rare star constellation is happening right now. 6 planets of our solar system are visible all at once. Venus, Saturn, Jupiter and Mars, the 4 bright planets, can be seen with the naked eye. For Uranus and Neptune, you need binoculars or a telescope. Also, the full moon is coming up right behind Vinny too. Apart from the wind, it's super quiet here, and although clouds are moving across the sky, we get a super clear view of the moon. At this altitude, there's absolutely no air pollution. What a wonderful spot. Mars is at its brightest for the past 2 years and visible right next to the full moon.
It's really nice and warm today. Sun's staying out a lot longer. Coffee time.
Yep.
We're going home. Because of the rain we had lately, there are here and there really, really small flowers. It's been sunny all day today. And there's not a lot of wind. This is just before sunset. We're going down to Fiambalá again. We're out of food. We found a nice spot on the Don Conchita campground in Fiambalá. There's a shower, electricity, apparently potable water, and it's only 12,000 for 2, only in brackets because it used to be a lot cheaper, but it's an okay price for this place. There's trees everywhere, which is really nice. Everybody has a shady spot here, so that's perfect because it's really hot in town. Our campground day has been a very stressful one, but we did manage to cut our hair. Helen, beautiful.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, we managed. We're charging everything. It's almost 10 o'clock in the evening and our food is just ready, but it's one of our favorite ones. Although it's hot out there, we decided to put the oven on and have some potato gratin with a chicken casserole. And we planned to stay for 2 nights, but we decided just to do one night because it's hot down here, and also there's a lot of people around us. We need our peace and quiet in the mountains again. But Helen went shopping and got us bread rolls, cakes and everything. What?
One disturbing guy. That's why we decided we changed our mind. We decided now.
While we were cutting our hair, this guy behind us, he's a little bit funny. He came up and he insisted that we cut his hair too. So I did him the favor of shaving his hair. He was basically bald on the top. So I just put.
He just said, "I'm in the queue."
Yeah, but he did say please, and he asked me how much it would be, but I gave it to him for free. But that was already enough for us to be disturbed in our peace and quiet.
He talks all the time.
Yeah. This is the highest sand dune in the world, 1,400 meters high.
Once again, we're going up Route 60. The road is so familiar to us by now, we know all the rock formations and views by heart. In the evening, we're joined by Moni, another German who is travelling South America by herself.
Süß, ne?
Moni is not only happy to see the donkeys, she also stays another day to get a lot of good tips from us for her journey going north.
This is our last drive into Fiambalá. Looks like there's a heavy sandstorm going across the town today. This is the Chinese lithium factory. So our first stop in town will be the Delphine supermarket. It's the only big one in town. We're going past the campground and then it's right there. It's a nice big supermarket. So now we're filled up with diesel as well, because this is our last time in Fiambalá. Tomorrow we want to go over the pass to Chile. So we have everything we need, including Helen. She's the most important one, of course. The most important person on this planet to get us over the pass. Right?
Yep.
Vámonos. It's very hot again in Fiambalá. Well, it's not too hot actually because of the wind, but it's much hotter than it was up on the top there. From here it's 197 kilometers to the actual border, which is the pass.
Yep.
The border post is
21 kilometers beforehand.
21 kilometers beforehand. I'm so glad I've got Helen. She knows it all. 538 and Copiapó, which we're heading that way, 486.
The Taton Dunes in the background are an immense expanse of gigantic sand mountains. The Frederico Quirbus Dune is considered to be the highest in the world.
Last time we're driving through this canyon, it always gives me the heebie-jeebies because the rocks here are not very stable. A little stone could smash your windscreen or something. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't want to jinx it. Break at Refugio 2. Aha, the little dog inside. Brisa is barking. There's the fox. Huh? Find something? Ah. The wind's coming from behind, so Helen took the gear out and we're rolling. That's Helen's new hobby. Trying to save fuel.
Saving a bit of fuel, we might as well. We did it before and we've saved ourselves, what, $10?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, we're now on our way to either Refugio 3 or 4, our possible spots for the night. We want to be closer to the Argentine border post for an early start tomorrow morning, but we also don't want to sleep over 4,000 metres of altitude. The weather forecast looks splendid for tomorrow. No clouds are expected for the entire day. This will be the first time in more than 2 weeks.
Such a barren landscape here. Could be the Atacama. There's some more snow-peaked mountains over there. Beautiful day to drive along here. This is home sweet home for the night. Refugio number 3.
We're not alone. See, I told you there's
Oh, there's somebody there, yeah.
200 meters behind Refugio 3 is the Guanchin River. It's very shallow, but people come here to go fishing. It also provides water for the vicuñas.
There's a condor up in the air. We have to move because we noticed that the Wi-Fi is not working here. It's not that we need to be online constantly, but it's nice to have because we can watch the news and everything. So we know at 4 we're going just 20 kilometers further if Helen can get through here.
Yeah, I'm going to get my shoe.
Nice blue trousers. Where did you get those?
Some Chinese.
Made in China, bought in Chile.
Yeah.
CH. Anyhow, we keep on going to number 4. I went for a walk and it was really nice, but it's quite blasty, windy out here anyway. So we continue. Helen's going slow because we saw a condor landing on the road there.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's walking across the road. He's now running. That might be the same condor that I saw. Yeah, it's definitely a condor. Stop when you... Yeah. Here he goes. Wow. What a massive bird.
Finally, the weather is good enough to go over Paso San Francisco to Chile. It's a spectacular drive through the amazing volcano landscape and past the emerald green Laguna Verde.